Yoga Fusion. So this class is going to be a combination of classic yoga poses in a sort of a workout style format. So you don't need any equipment whatsoever, just some space around you to be able to move freely, perhaps a mat underneath your feet just for some extra grip, and maybe even some water on the side if you need to have a swig of water throughout the class, if you get a little bit hot and sweaty. So we're going to start off in an all-fours position here. So coming down to your hands and knees, you're going to have the knees underneath the hips, and then the wrists are going to be directly underneath the shoulders. So spreading the fingers out nice and wide. We're just going to inhale, drop the belly down, turn the gaze forward. Exhale, rounding the back out. So we're starting to connect the movement inside the breath. Exhale, rounding out. Get a good stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, stretching across the core and the chest. And each time that you press yourself down through the ground, you're pressing through those fingertips just to help protect the wrists. So there'll be quite a few weight-bearing exercises on the wrists here, so be sure that you're pressing nicely through the fingertips. And exhale, rounding it out. So coming back to neutral, just take some small circles over the wrists, increasing the size of those circles as you go along, just to start to warm up through the joints of the body here. And again, whenever you move yourself beyond that fingertips, you're pressing down through those fingertips as well, so protect those wrists. Coming back up to a central position, start those circles in the opposite direction. So again, starting off nice and small and increasing that range of movement through the body just to turn all those joints over so you can bring enough warmth into them as possible just to prepare them for this workout. Good, so coming back to center again, you're going to extend that right arm forward, left leg back, toes on the ground. So from here, firm up through the core, squeeze that left glute to inhale, reach out, exhale, draw yourself in. So the inhale, take arm and leg away, exhale, connect elbow to knee. So that left hand that's on the floor, still pressing through those fingertips. Inhale and exhale. A final inhale, out. Exhale, return hand and knee back down. So this time extending that left arm forward, right leg back, toes on the ground to start. Connect yourself to the core, press belly button up towards the spine, and then go ahead and squeeze that right glute out. So inhale away, exhale together. Inhale out, exhale in. And again, using your own breath here, these little preparatory poses, warming up the body nicely. Inhale and a final exhale to connect. One last inhale out and exhale, hands and knee back down. Just sit back into those heels. Just briefly for a child's pose, draw those arms forward. Maybe taking those knees out nice and wide if it's comfortable for you, or keep them together. And just from here, connecting down to the breath again, getting a good stretch across the shoulders, but also into that lower back as well. So the shoulders and back are key areas here that accumulates a lot of tension. So it's a great chance now just to really settle in that relaxation through those muscles. Allow them to disconnect from the tension that they may be holding on to. And again, just drawing yourself back into the breath. So throughout the practice, just use your breath as a tool just to help you get through it nice and safely. And listening to your body the whole time, never pushing yourself beyond your limits, and just using my voice as a guide the entire time. Creeping those hands over to the left side, just get a good stretch out to that right side body. On the exhale, draw those hands over to the right, stretching out the left side body. And then coming back through center, we're going to draw ourselves up into an all-fours position. From here, we're going to again firm up that belly button up towards the spine, tucking the toes under, hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers are out wide. Maybe take those index fingers to run parallel to each other, press down through the ground, root down through the shoulders here. And then as you exhale, we're going to lift those knees off the ground just about an inch and holding it here for a few breaths. So we're starting to build that heat now through the core immediately, into the shoulders. Press through those fingertips. Gripping through those toes, you'll start to feel that heat building in through the thighs. Drop your knees down and just take a break whenever you need it. Take a break whenever you need it throughout this whole session. One more breath here, in through the nose, And as you exhale, lift those hips high for a downward facing dog. Maybe stepping the feet a little bit away from the hands if you need to, just so that the head can fall nicely between the arms. Good, so start to pedal out through those heels, starting to warm up in through those hamstrings. And from here, you're going to look between the hands and walk or step up to the top of the mat. Inhaling up to a flat back position. Exhale, bend the knees to forward fold. As you inhale, root to rise up to standing nice and slow. Take the arms wide and let palms to meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. So just going to take a couple of sun salutations just to warm up the body a little bit more, generate some heat into the muscles and the joints. So as you inhale, take the arms and reach them up. As you exhale, bend the knees to forward fold. Inhaling up to a flat back position. As you exhale, hands to the ground, stepping it back either to plank or to all fours. Take the modification that suits you. As you inhale, shift that weight forward slightly. And as you exhale, coming down to the belly, untucking the toes. Inhaling up to cobra, draw the shoulder blades together, squeeze through the glutes. As you exhale, coming down, pressing it up through all fours. Tuck the toes under, lifting the hips high for downward facing dog. Again, a pedal out through those heels. Looking between the hands, walk or step to the top of the mat. Inhaling up to a flat back position. Exhale, bend the knees to forward fold. As you inhale, press down through the feet. Slowly bring yourself up to standing, palms to meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. So that's one round. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees to forward fold. Inhaling up to a flat back position. Exhale, hands to the ground, stepping it back through plank or all fours. As you inhale, shift the weight forward slightly. Exhale, elbows shave the sides, come down to the belly. Untucking the toes and inhaling up through cobra. Shine the clavicles forward. As you exhale, come down, press it up through all fours. Tuck the toes and lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Again, pedaling out through those feet. And as you look between the hands, walk or step up to the top of the mat. Inhaling up to a flat back position. Exhale, bend the knees to forward fold. As you inhale up to standing, slowly bring the arms up overhead, palms to meet. And exhale, hands to heart center. So drawing the eyes closed now, you start to feel the heart beating a little bit faster. The breath rate increasing a little bit. As you can hear my voice, it's definitely picking up that heart rate and breath rate. And that's what we want, is to warm up the body nice and gradually so this practice is safe. So from here, we're going to move straight into our little session. And they call it a little session, maybe little, but it's intense. So as you inhale, you're going to reach the arms up. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knees to forward fold. As you inhale up to a half back position, you're going to exhale, hands to the ground, step it back through plank or all fours. So even if you're in all fours, holding your all fours here, but really root down through those shoulders, squeeze the glutes, engage that core, press down through the fingertips, grip the mat hard, and engage basically as many muscles as you can here. So you turn a static pose into a challenging pose. Focus on the breath, nice and smooth and calm. So holding a plank here is really good to generate that core temperature. 2 more breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and slow. 1 more, inhale through the nose, and out through the mouth. As you inhale, shift that weight forward. As you exhale, coming down slowly onto the belly. Release those toes. Inhale up through cobra, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, come down, press it up through all fours. Tuck the toes and lift the hips high for downward facing dog. So we're pedaling out through those heels, keeping those hamstrings nicely warmed. From here, we're going to work our way through a little series of core exercises, but it's going to work your way some heat into those shoulders as well. So again, as always, if you want to stop, have a drink, stretch out the arms, stretch out the body, you by all means go right ahead. Listen to that body. Push yourself as much as you can, but not to a point of unconscious and pain. You don't want to fall unconscious, that's one thing. But yes, you know your limits. So as you inhale, you're going to take that right leg high. As you exhale, bring that knee to the right tricep. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhaling back. Exhale, that's 3. Good. Inhale back. Exhale, that's 4. We're going to go for 1 more. And exhale, that's 5. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, down. Other side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left tricep. Inhale, high. Exhale, touch. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. This is 4. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Take the knees to the ground. Sit back into the heels briefly for a child. Maybe taking the hands behind you just to relieve the pressure in the shoulders a bit. Wiggling from side to side. We're not going to stop for too long here. You don't want that core temperature to drop. So from here, we're going to bring ourselves into a couple of standing pose transitions. So reaching the arms back out ahead. We're going to come back up to an all-fours position. Hands are into the shoulders, fingers are spread out wide. Grip the mat through the fingertips. Tuck the toes under, lift belly button up towards the spine. And as you exhale, hips are back for downward facing dog. Again, pedal out through those feet. So from here, you're going to lift that right leg high. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. Step that back left heel down to the ground. And inhale up to a warrior 1. So the foundations of your warrior 1, you want to make sure that front knee is stacked directly over the ankle. Your core is tight. Your shoulders are relaxed. And your hips are as square onto the front of your mat as possible. Take those hands to heart center now. Lean out over that front leg. And nice and slowly, just gradually press yourself up to warrior 3. Just going to hold it here for literally 2 breaths. Nice and steady. Engage both the legs. And as you slowly step yourself back to warrior 1, reach the arms up. So we're going to go 4 more times there. So this is really going to help develop that balance if you struggle with it. Take those hands to heart center. Bend through that front leg. Slowly press yourself up. And try and get yourself as parallel to the ground as you can. 2 breaths here. And slowly pressing it back down to warrior 1. Good, that's 2. Hands to heart center. Lean it out over. Step yourself up. And you might find that you get yourself a little bit quicker there each time to warrior 3. Slowly bend back into that front leg. Reaching the arms overhead. That's 3. We're over the hill now. Hands to heart center. Coming down. Slowly press yourself up. Starting to feel that heat build through that right leg especially. Slowly stepping it back. Reach the arms up. So good. Keep that core nice and strong. That's 4. So this is the last one. Hands to heart center. Lean yourself out over the front leg. Stepping yourself up. Spread those toes on the ground nice and wide. Engage both feet, both legs. And stepping it back to warrior 1. Reach those arms up. Maybe a gentle back bend here. Stretch out the core. And as you exhale, take the hands to the ground and step it back to plank or all fours. Again, I'm just going to hold a brief moment here in your plank or all fours. Really root down through those arms. So you're doming the upper back. Pressing down firmly through the fingertips. Squeeze the glutes. Whole body should be nicely engaged here. As you inhale, shift the weight forward slightly. Exhale, come down to the ground and tucking the toes. Inhaling up through cobra, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, coming down, pressing up through all fours. Lifting the hips high for downward facing dog. You might start to feel a bit of a difference through both the legs now. One might be feeling a little bit more tired and sore than the other. But it's all about balance. So let's go for that second side. As you inhale, take the left leg high this time. As you exhale, shift that weight forward. Step the foot between the hands. And then take that back heel down to the ground. As you inhale, reach yourself up to warrior 1. And again, just taking a brief moment here to make sure those hips are faced forward. If they aren't quite, step the feet a bit closer together. Square them off, front knee stacked over the ankle, strongly through the core, reaching those arms up, but relax the shoulders away from the ears. So from here, taking the hands to heart center, let's go for the 5 on this side. Lean out over that left leg. Maybe the first time, gently pulse yourself up to warrior 3. Nice and easy. Be patient with yourself if you're finding it a bit of a struggle. Slowly rebend back into that front leg. Place yourself as calmly as you can back down to warrior 1. So that's 1. Good, taking the hands to heart center. Coming down over that front leg, stepping up nicely to warrior 3. Relax those shoulders, engage the legs, point that big toe of the right foot down, slowly rebend into the front leg and place it back up to warrior 1. That's 2. Good, find the rhythm with your breath now. Lean out over the front leg, press it gently up. And again, start to notice if it's getting a little bit easier. Although the more tired that you get, it might start to feel a bit more challenging, but just be patient with yourself. Good, we're back into 3 here, just 2 left. Hands at heart center, coming down, pressing it up nicely. Good, squeeze with that right glute, keep that core nice and firm, press up towards the spine. Slowly pressing it down, reaching the arms up, that's 4, well done, just 1 more. Hands to heart center, reaching it over the front leg, pressing it up. Nice and slow, nice and smooth, good. And slowly releasing it down to the ground, reaching it up for warrior 1. Again, maybe gentle back bend here, stretch out the core. And as you exhale, take those hands down to heart center and step it back to plank or all 4s. So again, those hands directly underneath the shoulders, wherever you're at, engaging the entire body here. So starting with those hands, grip the mat firmly with those fingertips, engaging the arms, turn the triceps back, open out the chest, root down through those arms, so you're doming the upper back. That core is nice and contracted. Thighs, glutes, calves, even those little toe muscles, little toe biceps are gripping the mat as well. Good, holding it here, a couple more breaths. Starting to feel the shake happen in my body. Shaking muscles are excited muscles always. As you inhale, reach that body forward slightly, and exhale, elbows shave the sides, slow with control, coming down to your belly. And taking the toes, inhaling up through cobra. Exhale, come down, press it up through all 4s. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high for downward facing dog. Good, so pedaling out through those feet. We are almost there. Let's keep it going. So we're going to practice our pop-ups from here. So as you look between the hands, you can either, for the first one, step it forward, come down to a low squat and press it up. Coming down to a low squat, hands down and step it back. Or you can look forward between those hands, step it between outside of those hands, and then gently press yourself up from the squat, squeeze the glutes at the top, coming back down, so hands to the ground, and then pop it back. So from there, pop it forward, standing up, coming down, hands to the floor, press it back. If you're in an all 4s position, you can still do this, but a little bit slower, placing one foot to the outside of the right hand, the other foot to the outside of the left hand, pressing it up, coming down, press one leg back to all 4s, other leg back. So again, you're taking the modification that suits your ability. Otherwise, in plank, popping it forward and up. So that's about 3, back, in, squeeze, that's 4. We're going to go for 10 in total. And 5, good, working inside your breath. Step back, step in, that's 6. We're nearly there. Press it up, that's 7. Well done, keep it going. Squeeze the glutes, that's 8, just 2 more. If my maths is correct, which it isn't quite often, but I'm sure this is the last one here. Squeeze it up, come down, plank, inhale, shift the weight forward, exhale, come to the belly, untuck the toes, inhale up through cobra, open out the chest, exhale, press it up through all fours, big toes to touch, and sit the hips back into the heels. So it's just a chance for everyone, especially me, to regain my breath so I can talk you through the exercises properly and concisely. If you're as out of breath as I am, it's a good way to focus on that breath if you lost it. Slow down that breath rate, slow down the heart rate. We are nearly there. Keep with me. We're going to come back up to an all fours position. Hands again are underneath the shoulders, knees again are underneath the hips, tucking the toes under. We're going to lift those hips high for downward facing dog. Again, adjusting those feet if you need to. So from here, we're going to do a little bit of an arm workout on those, well, on both those arms. And it's going to work the core as well. So from here, we're going to shift ourselves to a plank or all fours position. Fingers are spread out wide, again gripping the mat firmly through the fingertips. As you inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, come down to chaturanga. Stop just before the floor. Press it back up and press the hips high for downward facing dog. So 9 more like that. We can do it. As you inhale, shift the weight forward. If you need to drop the knees, by all means. And then you're modifying it, coming down on the knees, pressing it up, knees off, downward facing dog. So that's 2. So again, taking your modification that suits your ability. Coming down to chaturanga. That's 3. Press the hips back. Coming in, nice and strong in the core. No dipping of the hips. No dippy hippie. This back's trying to start a trend. Good, that was 4. Press through the fingertips. That's 5. And back to downward facing dog. I can start to feel my arms starting to struggle, so I might regress down to my knees before the end. Good, that's 6. Coming down, down, press it up. That's 7. Exhale, inhale forward, exhale down, inhale up. That was 8. 2 more, you've got it. Inhale forward, exhale down, inhale, press it back. I'm going to have to do this last one off my knees. Come forward, dropping the knees if you have to. Elbows tight, close to the body, pressing it up. Hips back for that downward facing dog. Sweet relief. Good, so padding out through those heels. Take those knees down to the ground. Sit back into those hips. Arms either outstretched forward or take the hands behind you, which might feel so much better. And then just relaxing that head, either resting it down onto the mat or you can hover it just above. And maybe if you want to deepen that stretch across the front of the shoulders, taking the arms up and overhead. So we are over the hill. We just got one more little glute workout to finish the practice. So release those hands down, walk the hands up towards the body, scoot yourself forward in your mat. From here, hands onto the knees. Inhale, reach the chest up. Exhale, round it out. Inhaling up. Bit of seated cat-cow just to mobilize that spine, warm it down. Start to cool the body down slightly. One more inhale up. As you exhale, slowly releasing yourself down to the ground, using what's left of your core strength to release you down. Palms face flat onto the ground beside you now. Feet about hip width distance apart. I'm just going to do 10 simple glute bridges and then 10 slightly more difficult ones to follow. So hands firmly facing the ground, tuck that tailbone under so you remove that lower back arch and start to curl the spine up on the inhale. As you exhale, round it back down to the ground. So that's 1. Press firmly through the heels, wiggle the toes off the ground, squeeze the glutes and down. That's 2. Good, keep it going. That's 3. Rolling it back down. Press down through the heels. That's 4. Good, nearly halfway. That's 5. Excellent work, keep it going. That's 6. In, exhale down. Inhale up. That's 7. I'm going to keep counting because I don't want to lose track of numbers and have you doing more than you need to. That's 8. 2 more here. Squeeze at the top. That was 9. This is the last one here. And 10. Good. So from here, keep that left foot on the ground. Grab a hold of that right shin, drawing it in nice and close. And from here, we're going to do one-legged bridge. So 5 on each leg. So you might find it easier to have that left hand behind the head to tuck the chin in so you can rock up and down that upper back, or keep the left hand planted down to the ground and keep yourself gaze up towards the ceiling. So whichever is comfortable for you. I'm going to opt for the hand behind the head, keeping the elbow wide. So from here, I'm going to lift that head off the ground, root down through the heel. 3, 2, 1, and lift it up for 1. And down. Good. Try to get as much height as you can. It'll be a little bit more limited as your core works a lot harder. That's 3. This is 4. Last one. And 5. Hold it there at the top and slowly roll it down. Good. Swap the sides over. So from here, right foot goes down to the ground and either right hand onto the floor as well, or behind your head, left hand onto that left shin. Going to tuck yourself in and then lift it up for 1. Good. This is 2. Focusing on your breath. That's 3. Really isolating these muscles of the glutes. That's 4. Last one. Hold it up there as long as you can there. And slowly rolling it down. So keep that left leg in. Relax the head down if you've had it off. Draw that right knee in nice and slow. Rock it from side to side, maybe taking happy baby. If it's in your practice too, a gentle rock from side to side. Massage out that lower back as it's contracted through those glutes, through those glute bridges. And from here, keep a hold of that right leg, extend the left leg down to the ground and just take that right knee across the body with your left hand. Right arm up to the side, palm up to the ceiling, drawing yourself open into a twist. Start to relax your body now. So you've worked it pretty hard. You might be sweating a little bit, or a lot, like me. And you're really going to now have to concentrate on slowing down that breath, especially that exhale. So try to make that exhale slower than the inhale. Drawing yourself back through center. Hug both knees in nice and close. Release that right leg down to the ground, this time taking the left knee across the body with that right hand. Left arm out to the side, palm up to the ceiling. Turn the gaze over to the left. So you might meet a fair bit of resistance to start off with in these twists, but utilising the exhales, just to release those muscles away from tension. Calm the body down. So whenever you bring yourself into workouts of any kind, you want to make sure that you balance it off with rest and recovery, massage, stretching, just to really focus on bringing that balance into your exercise practice. So coming back through center here, one last hug of the knees, maybe draw your head in for a tight ball, and then release those legs down to the ground, taking the arms up to the side, and really taking stock here of the body, scanning from head to toe, making sure that your focus and awareness is on any remaining areas of tension in the body or in the mind. And really just focusing on your breath now, just to calm everything down. Bring that stillness back into the muscles, back into the mind. And just honouring where you are right now, in your practice, in your body, in your life. And if you want to spend a little bit more time here in Shavasana or corpse pose, you're by all means welcome to do that for as long or as little as you want to, as you see fit. But otherwise, I'm going to rock myself up nice and gently to a seated position and finish the class. And it's got dark in the meantime. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope it was great. and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. So thank you very much.